You're a bone collector, my friend. A gravedigger paid in advance. West around the mountains and then north to Himmelsdorf, where it looks like there's quite a lot going on, actually. It looks like a thriving little settlement. Passing some peasants here on the road as well. The Purple Scythe obviously stopping, or rather not stopping, because look, we're massively outpacing them. Either they are very slow peasants or the Purple Scythe have a spring in their step right now. I suppose it has been a little while since we've had a fight. Also, we're on the torched plains, so perhaps that is part of the reason why we're moving so swiftly. But we have arrived, look, at Himmelsdorf, an established and thriving settlement in the steppe. Excellent. Alright, what have you got here in Himmelsdorf? Let's have a look at the marketplace. We can sell our amber shards, look, for 303 coins. That's not too bad. They're worth 260, so we're definitely making a clear profit. I mean, we didn't actually buy those, we looted them, but we would probably make a profit even if we traded up here. Not a huge profit. Likewise, they have dyes to sell. There is a dye maker here, and they're worth 400, and we can buy them for 444, so there's probably not a huge profit to be made in that. A few other bits and pieces. Interestingly, they actually have fish here, which they didn't have at Sea Dock. Maybe they shipped them all up here. I think we'll just buy the grains, though, eh? Better than some fish that's been shipped in from miles away. Armor-wise, you've got a thick tunic and some sackcloth, and that's basically it. What is it with the Amber Coast here having no armor in any of their markets? I don't approve. They do have beer, however, which would be awesome, but I don't think we can afford it right now. Let's take a look at the men that Himmelsdorf has to offer. Background, gambler, Otto. Otto! High bravery, higher initiative. Ooh, I quite like that. I quite like the sound of Otto the gambler. Alva the quick, max, higher max fatigue, that is also very useful. Not quite a 1 for the city, and not quite 1 for the wild. Alva spends his purposeless days travelling between both. Like any good, impulsive man, he flipped a coin on whether or not to try his hand at mercenary work. He's not particularly good at anything else. But Alva has seen and done a lot, and that's worth at least something. It is. Okay, so maybe Alva the Quick, possibly Otto as well. Higher bravery and higher initiative is good. Ragnar the Derelict. Background refugee, higher max fatigue, lower hit points, lower bravery. No, I don't think so. Vagabond, higher max fatigue, also potentially good, but a bit more expensive, probably because he comes with some gear. Otto, and it's another Otto. Otto's obviously a common name here, but look, he's got some kind of instrument. He's got like a lute or something. Background, a minstrel, higher bravery, lower max fatigue. I can swing a sword and cleave an axe, and I say, you question a man who wears no mask? Stare down the stuff bears I did, and so of many things I am rid. So take me along your adventure, and may we come, one and all, to a healthy next winter. The man speaks gibberish. He's not hired. He is not hired. Wilhelm, what were you? A beggar. Lower bravery, lower hit points, lower max fatigue. I don't think so. Although he does only cost 3 crowns a day, so he is cheap. Friedrich, a range guy. Look, background hunter. He's got a bow. 740. We can't afford him, but we can afford, I reckon, Alva the Quick. You're hired, and also Otto the gambler. A man like Otto sees everything coming, especially the next card in the deck. But it is a mystery as to how a man decides to take up cards as a lifestyle. Ironically, a bad play put him into enormous debt with a baron. Now he has to find another way to pay it back. Alright, Otto, you're hired. Come on, you can join the crew. We're up to 11. We're down to 440 crowns, which will last us another 4 days, but that's okay. We're looking good. And by looking good, of course, I mean we've got a bunch of rank amateurs, most of whom don't even have more than a shirt on their back. But nonetheless, we're looking good. Goodish. What are your guys' actual stats like? So we've got Alva the Quick, melee skill of 50, range skills not worth talking about, 47 hit points, 111 fatigue. That's all pretty good. A melee defense of 4. I think maybe that comes from having this. No, he's actually just got a pretty good natural melee defense. As does Otto, actually. And he's also got a really good range defense. Look at that. 12. Range defense of 12. 63 hit points. 50. He's a good one. He is one well worth kitting up as well as we can. So let's give him one of our spears. One of our militia spears. We'll give him the most sound one so he doesn't have to spend too much repairing it. Give him a wooden shield as well. Yep, you're looking good there, Otto. You're looking super fine. Super fine, like a fine man. You can wear this straw hat for the time being to protect your head from, you know, arrows and swords and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it'll work perfectly. Also, you need, of course, your Patreon title. So let us draw a new Patreon title. Octopi. Otto the Octopi. Otto the Octopi. That's what it is. There you go. Otto the Octopi. It's perfect. It couldn't be any better. It's like it was meant to be. Otto the Octopi. Good man. Alva, previously of the Quick. So you're still pretty good, actually. Now, we could give you a butcher's cleaver, or we could give you a militia spear, but we don't have a shield to go with it, and I don't really want to spend money on a shield. So I'm going to give you a great honor here, Alva the Quick. You are going to take up the woodcutter's axe of Arnold. The legendary woodcutter's axe of Arnold. It is a treasured thing. You can get this sackcloth, which is slightly better than the tattered sackcloth you arrived in. Oh dear. But you've got the honor of the axe, yeah? So that's a good thing, right? And your hood is fine. You can keep your hood for now until you get something better. You're a drunkard. There's no question what this character spends his crowns on. Expect him to drink heavily before any battle, in secret if need be. -5 melee skill, -10 range skill, +5 resolve, plus 10% damage. That's interesting. I wonder if that's like baked into his stats or whether that's applied on top. I would assume it would be baked in. Anyway, you now need your Patreon title. So let's draw Diedrich Willems. Diedrich Willems. So, Alva of Willems. There we go. Alva of Willems. Excellent. All right, so there we go. Alva of Willems. Otto the Octopi. Ulf of Inane Data. We've got 3 new guys to replace our losses. Baldwin, the Murray, of course, 4 new guys, actually. 4 new guys. We're up to a pretty healthy 11 of our maximum 12, so that's pretty good. What is the contract, though? What is the contract? Can we take it? I hope we can, because we really need some money. You enter a tavern and garner a few looks for your arrival. Men whisper to one another. The women ogle as they tend to do. The bartender fists a cloth into a mug and then calls you over. You're that mercenary people been wondering about. Curious, you ask how he could know, being that you aren't the only man walking around with a sword. He laughs. It's the eyes. That's where I can see it. You're a man who hunts a most dangerous sort of prey. A life of taking lives is a world in and of itself, but you seek out those whose lives have gained such odd values that their death would be but a monetary appreciation for others. A purchase is placed, so thus you become the means to a transaction. It is so, isn't it? You're a bone collector, my friend. A gravedigger paid in advance. You nod, understanding. Suddenly, a man comes up to you and explains that a local figurehead by the name of Halibut, the treasurer, wishes to have your ear. When you turn back, the bartender is gone. Curious, but I'm all ears. Halibut, the treasurer's listening to the talk of a few peasants when you find him. When they see you, they quickly depart, leaving the man with a satchel in hand. He holds it up. There's crowns in here. Crowns that these people are giving me to give someone, anyone, to help us. People are disappearing. Sell sword. When they are found, they're not just dead, but mangled, mutilated. Everyone's too scared to go anywhere. He stares into the sack, then looks to you. I do hope you're interested in this task. What is Himmelsdorf prepared to pay? Rest assured that I'm offering you now is a fine price for your work, a fine price. It's 650 crowns when the contract is done. More? Fair enough. 730 crowns when the contract is done. 730 crowns, that's actually a fairly decent amount of money for us at the moment. That would certainly tidy up our bank balance nicely and give us a little bit of a reserve. We could purchase a 12th guy, hire on a 12th member of the team, and probably have a little bit left over for helmets and armor and things, should we be able to find anywhere that actually sells them. Halibut, do you know of anywhere that sells armor? Well, never mind. Look, we will deal with your problem first. I accept your offer, Halibut the Treasurer. The contract you negotiated is as follows. Do you agree to its terms? We do. The objective is to hunt down what terrorizes Himmelsdorf. Interesting. It is a hunt then. The hunt is on. So we've got 440 crowns right now in the bank, which will last us 4 days. We've got pretty much everything else that we need here. I don't think... Hopefully this shouldn't take too long to hunt down what terrorizes Himmelsdorf. I don't think there's anything that's really worth buying. So let's leave here. And let us depart Himmelsdorf and see what we can find. What is the quest? Hunt down what terrorizes Himmelsdorf. So I don't see any quest markers around Himmelsdorf. So I guess we're just going to have to explore the area and see what we can find out here. What kind of... What do you think we're looking... Wait a minute, what's this? Dire wolves? That definitely sounds like the kind of thing that will be terrorizing Himmelsdorf. Come here, dire wolves. In fact, you even have a quest marker on you. Clearly, this is the target. We have located them already, and we're now chasing them into the night and across the hills, into the wild. This is perhaps a little bit injudicious of us. We could be being led into a trap. But there's only 3 of them, and there's 11 of us. Come on, men of the Purple Scythe, fear not! These evil creatures, these evil wolves, they may have terrorized Himmelsdorf, but they shall not terrorize us. We shall take them on in their own realm, in these hills, if need be. And dawn is coming! At dawn on the 3rd day. 5th day, possibly, actually. But never mind. On dawn of the 5th day, the Purple Scythe shall face the dire wolves who have been terrorizing Himmelsdorf, but they shall terrorize them no more, for this shall be their end. At least I hope it is. Dire wolves, they look kind of like werewolves to me, or possibly some kind of wolf-man hybrid. But I'm sure we can take them. Look, there's 11 of us, there's only 3 of them. This should be a fairly easy fight. Torleaf, an aimed shot, 43% chance to hit. Oh yes, stick an arrow in that beast. Valdemar, see if you can follow it up with another hit. Oh yes, another good hit. Look, it's already gravely wounded, I think. Ulf, you already have one of these foul direwolves. They are quick, I'll give them that. They're definitely quick. Can you cut the thing down with another slash? 47% chance. It's another hit. Alright, I think this is going to be fairly straightforward. Alva, step forth with the legendary Axe of Arnold. Ah, that was another mighty blow. Look, that one is already wavering. Ulfra, you know, I think I might actually save our ammo. Like, if we shoot with him, then we'll have to reload his ammo afterwards. So we'll just... I think we can take this easily with just our regular men. I don't think we need to use any more ammunition. Bertram, step in. Yep, have a nice at him with your club. Baldwin, step around the side of this foul beast. You can't attack, but next turn, he is surrounded. Otto, however, Otto the Octopi. Your first taste of combat, my friend. Have at this direwolf with your spear. Ah, it would have been pretty awesome if you had gotten a kill straight off the bat. Kurt, step in. Engage that one. He's already taken a couple of wounds from the archers, so he shouldn't last too much longer. Everyone else, I think, is just going to have to move up. Erhard, I think around the top here. We've already got 3 on the bottom, so that should be more than enough. It is the foul beast. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, who died? Alpha of Willems! Alpha of Willems, carrier of the legendary Axe of Arnold, was slain. Oh, that's what happens when your guys have no armor at all. And I guess these direwolves are more deadly foes than I gave them credit. Alright, fine. Nice work, Ulfra. Ulfra obviously has decided that saving his ammo is no good. We just need to kill these creatures as quickly as possible before we lose any more. I'm like on the edge of my seat now. We really need to kill them before they can attack again, because it seems like they can just tear through us in no time at all. At least they can tear through people with little or no armor, which kind of applies to Ulf here. Come on, Ulf. That was not good. Ulf of the name data. We need you to live. We need you to survive. Bertram, you're probably a bit better off here, but if you can kill him, then that would be ideal. He's not quite dead. Baldwin. Oh, look. Poor old Alpha. He's right there. We don't need to loot their corpses because I think we were to loot everything at the end. But if we were to flee, then it would be worth picking up the old Axe of Arnold on the way, because we need to keep it with us. It's like a memento of the company. Herman, that was a whiff. Please, somebody, Kurt, kill him. Come on, Kurt. Come on, Kurt. Oh, he's still alive. Erhard, can you get in an attack? Yes, Erhard whiffs as well. Oh, if we lose another guy, I'm going to be so angry. There are going to be recriminations. Oh, look, he died. He must have tried to retreat. And was killed by the attack of opportunity. All right, Ulf. This direwolf is also in full retreat here. Can you strike one for the team? You can. Ulf kills the foul beast. Well, that was more troublesome than I had expected. We have lost another man, one of our fresh recruits, Alva of Willems. We did not know him well. We did not know him at all, in fact. But now we shall never get to. He was given the honor of the Axe of Arnold, but he failed to live up to it. We need to be careful with these honors. Clearly, they're causing problems for people. We'll take that back, obviously. And I don't think we'll give it to anybody else just yet. We might hold it back until we've actually got some armor to give to somebody so that they can be sort of somewhat well protected. Still, he was fairly cheap to hire, so it's not all bad. We'll grab these 3 pelts, obviously. We need them to prove that we have indeed killed the beasts that were terrorizing Himmelsdorf, and we can sell them for profit, which is all the better. After the battle, the beasts slain, you order your men to take their pelts as evidence. Your employer, Halibert, the treasurer, should be most happy to see them. Indeed, we have paid, once again, a heavy price, a blood price. But if the people of Himmelsdorf are safe from the terrors of these creatures, then perhaps it was a price worth paying. Certainly, Halibert, the treasurer, didn't try and hide anything from us. At least I assume he didn't try and hide anything from us. I mean, he did tell us that people had been horribly mutilated, which should have been a fair warning that what we were dealing with was pretty terrifying, and horrible indeed. Both of those things combined into one single magnificent word. But do not worry, the people of Himmelsdorf, we return the Purple Scythe victorious. On your return, Halibert, the treasurer, takes a few steps back. I see you've killed the beasts. That's a mighty fine pelt you got there. You drop what you brought, a thick, heavy mane of beastly origin collapsing into a pile of fur and flesh. The man, almost too scared to get close, tosses you a satchel. 730 crowns as agreed upon. I will go to the people and tell them of your success. Finally we can be at peace. A successful hunt. And a village freed from terror. At least for the time being. I feel good about that. I feel good. I think we've done good work here today. We've saved the people of this village from being hunted by those fell beasts, those dark and terrible creatures. Not quite as dark and terrible as Waldegangers, obviously. But still pretty dark and terrible. Alright, we've got 1,170 crowns. That's a lot better. Before I forget, Valdemar, where are you? You can take this meat cleaver as a secondary weapon. Just in case you run out of arrows in the future, you can use that to, carve up some direwolves or whatever. Also, look, Herman the Bone Hero is such a mighty hero that he has a level up. Increased your max fatigue, there we go. More fatigue is always useful. Extra melee defense, of course, is always useful as well. And it's a choice between hit points or melee skill. I think we'll go with hit points today. There we go. More survivability. Try and keep our guys alive, and then we can work on their attack skills later on. But it's a good idea to kind of like mix things up, I guess. We also need to give you a perk, so we're going to choose from the defense tree, I think. Battle Forged. Armor damage taken is reduced by 20%. A good all-rounder. Or Colossus. Hit points are increased by 25%. Now that is actually applied after your base hit point calculation, so it sort of works whether you take it early or whether you take it late. So I think we could take that early and just kind of like build Herman up as a Colossus. There you go, Herman the Bone Hero. You are indeed a Colossus. 61 hit points. That's nice and healthy looking. Now, our coffers are not exactly overflowing, but we could afford to buy a couple of dies here and take them down to Kraken Festi and see if we can sell them off at a profit. We've pretty much got to go back that way anyway, so let's do that. There we go, 2 dies. We got 320 crowns left in the bank. That should be enough. We shall travel south. We shall become traders for a short time and travel to Krakenfesti as the most heavily armed and awesome trading company ever to wander this particular road on day 6 in the afternoon. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. Come then, men of the Purple Scythe. We shall make many a coin on our arrival at Krakenfesti.
Doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head.
It's very sad, but these are human troubles, surely.
I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe.
Double?
Take any men you need. They're loyal. I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Well, seeing as you asked so nicely, and indeed offered double the tithe. You did say double, right?